about premium LinkedIn. So I just kind of put together a few reasons why you would need to get a premium LinkedIn account. So first is you spend a lot of time prospecting on LinkedIn. So maybe right now you're not really doing a lot of prospecting on LinkedIn, but I'm going to guess that after this webinar you will.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of the things that we go over, almost all of the things that we'll go over, you can do in a limited fashion on a free account. So don't feel like you have to, after this, you're going to go spend the $80 for the LinkedIn Sales Navigator a month, and now that's another thing out of your pocket. You can absolutely do everything for free that I'm talking about today, but most of it will be on a super limited basis. You would benefit from saving prospect profiles in folders. So there is a feature in the Sales Navigator LinkedIn that allows you to organize prospects based on your needs. So maybe you have some prospects who are going to benefit from one type of service that you offer, or you have some prospects that are going to be your power partners, but not necessarily clients. Using the folders in the premium account, you'll be able to separate those people and market to them in different ways. Next is you want to see the full list of who's viewed your profile. So there is a little link on your profile that says who viewed my profile. And with a free version, you can see a few of those people. But if you have a paid version, you can see every single person that has come to your profile. And the big benefit of this is if they've come to your profile, it's for a reason. And if you didn't market to them directly, then it's possible they're a hot lead. They came to your profile either because they found you via general search, or maybe they were referred to you by somebody and they just haven't reached out yet. They're just kind of checking you out. But for whatever reason, that person showed some interest in you, and it might be time for you to poke them and give them an opportunity to talk to you. Next is you want to see the top 30 keywords driving traffic to your profile. So in the next section, we are going to go over keywords and how important they are to your profile, and having the ability to see what keywords LinkedIn are using to drive traffic to you. What keywords are people typing into the search and resulting in finding you? So this is a really valuable tool. Without a premium account, if you are just going off of your free account, then it's going to be an educated guess. So you probably have an idea of what your potential clients are searching for, but it's not going to be exact. And that's fine too. But if you have the premium navigator, that's a really great tool to use. Next is you want saved search alerts. So using search alerts, you will be able to get a notification when somebody who is in your saved search alerts views your profile, creates a new profile for themselves. So maybe this is somebody who is a connection with one of your first connections, and you want to be connected with them. You should get a notification when they sign up. Next is going over your profile. So many of our profiles are set up with, just basically our name, maybe our job title, a short bio, a little bit of info about us, maybe. Probably has our degrees on there and our certifications, and then that's about it. So if somebody were to come to your profile, basically what they're going to see is a resume. And that's great if you're looking for a job, but we're not on LinkedIn looking for jobs anymore. We're looking for clients.
And they might see a resume that's 5 or 6 years out of date.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly true. So What I want you to do, and I'm going to give you a workbook at the end of this that will have fields for you to fill out all of this information. And I want you to go to your LinkedIn profile and I want you to examine it, and I want you to fill out the workbook and use that to update your profiles.
Oh, excellent.
So first is, what do I offer? So what services are you offering to your potential clients? Now, maybe you offer 10 or 15 services. Don't list all of them. Find out what services will best benefit your LinkedIn account. So a good example is, I offer coaching, I offer web design, I offer web development, I offer digital marketing, I offer website maintenance, I offer hosting, I offer a whole slew of services, excuse me. If you went to my LinkedIn account, you see one service, web design. And this is based off of several months of research and trial and error. I tried digital marketing, I tried web design, I tried coaching, and I found that for me, the best service that I got the most response from was web design. So that's the service that is currently on my LinkedIn. Also keep in mind, this is not set in stone. So just because you decide today that you want to offer this particular service, you don't have to live with that service. You're not married to it now. In a couple weeks, if you want to offer a different service, change it up. Change your about section, change your title and your headlines. Next is, what have I achieved? So, of course, we want to express to our potential clients your achievements and why should they get in touch with you? Why is this something that they just can't handle themselves? And for a lot of us, people are just not qualified to handle the services that we're offering themselves, or they're incapable, or the law does not allow it. So for whatever reason, why are you there offering your service? What pains do I solve? So some people don't want to point out the issues that their potential clients might be having. So maybe you're a divorce lawyer. Definitely advertise that divorce is hard. It's scary. You probably need somebody to help you along the way. You don't want to get screwed over. Point those things out in a tactful way, of course, but show your potential clients and show people that are coming to your profile that these are problems that you are aware of and these are problems that you solve. What do my clients want? So look at all of your current clients. What is the number one reason that they come to you? What are the things that they enjoy about your services? Even if you're in an unpleasant field that people begrudgingly use your services for, there are things that they want to see happen when using your services. And those
I'd say don't overthink this either.
Right, exactly. Those are the things that you need to be putting into your profile. What are positive things that you offer to your clients? Who is my target audience? So now you need to ask yourself, who are the people that I need to be reaching out to? Who do I want to be coming to my profile? Are these business owners? Are they CEOs? Are they office managers? Are they accountants? Are they bookkeepers? Lawyers? Who are the people that you want to be coming to your profile? Next is profile keywords. So LinkedIn, just like any other social media platform, has a search algorithm. That algorithm is based off of keywords. So you want to do your research and discover what keywords people are using to find you. Now, you probably already have a pretty good idea of what those keywords are, but I would say get between 5 and 10 keywords or key phrases that you know people are searching and use those in your profile. So use those in your headline and your subheadline in your about section. Excuse me. Because then when people are searching for the services that you're offering, because you have those keywords in your profile, they are going to find you. If you don't use them, unless they are looking for you directly, they're not going to find you. So, I mean, you probably will get the stray person who is, stumbling around LinkedIn and goes to a connection, and then they go to another connection, and they go to another connection, and then they'll find you eventually. But now we are optimizing our profile so that when people search for accountant in Portland, Oregon, they find an accountant in Portland, Oregon. Or if they search tax accountant in Portland, Oregon, they find somebody offering tax services specifically for business owners. So go through the profile checklist and fill out every section that's listed here. Do not skip a single one. A lot of us have maybe a profile picture, a headline, and the about section, and our license and certifications, and that's it. LinkedIn offers bonus points when your profile is complete. So you will see as you're filling out your profile, you will see almost a checklist from LinkedIn that says, you've done this section, now go fill out this section. They reward complete profiles. They reward it in the search results, and they reward it in how visible your profile is in groups and other areas where you are in LinkedIn. Because from LinkedIn's perspective, it's a better user experience when other users come and see complete profiles. So I'm just going to go through each section here and provide a little note for each piece. So your profile picture. Do have a profile picture. Do not have a bathroom selfie, a picture with somebody else, maybe at like the Christmas coworkers banquet.
Nightclub shot.
Right. Have a professional profile picture that is relevant to your field. If it's common to have headshots, then do that. If it's not common in your industry to have headshots, then maybe skip it. But it should be a professional picture. It could be a selfie. Like, for example, mine is a selfie, but it's just me. I'm dressed professionally. I'm not about to go out to the club. It's just me, and it's obviously me. It's a shoulder to head picture, and you can tell very easily who it is just by looking at it.
No problem with my profile photos. Everybody thinks they're looking at George Clooney. So,
they get confused, huh, Lynn?
yeah, it's really hard for them. They say, well, I didn't know George was doing merchant services.
Next is your headline. So use your keywords in your headline. Do not put, like, for example, Deb Wise, business owner, because duh, that's
Yeah,
what
I know.
Put some keyword phrases for what it is you are offering your clients. Put, what do you offer? What do you achieve? Pains that you solve. And what do your clients want? Choose one word from each of those sections. Separate them by a check mark or star emoji. Separate them by a dash or a pipe. Just do 4 words that easily explains those 4 things that we mentioned on the other side.
In the headline.
in your headline.
Okay.
So
I noticed that on yours. I went and looked at yours, so I saw
yes,
that you did.
I'm sure a lot of people did. I was really nervous about that. In your subheadline, make sure that you have, again, a slight reiteration. This is your opportunity to really get those keywords in there. Use your subheadline to reiterate the things in the profile outline. Use different keywords. This is going to give people more opportunities to find you. The more keywords you're using, the more opportunity you have to be seen. Contact info. I would guess that less than 30% of people on LinkedIn have either posted or valid contact info. Do not put an email address that you never ever check, and put your phone number, your real phone number, the one that you answer when people call, not one that goes to your desk voicemail that you check once a month, maybe. Have it go to your cell phone or to your desk. You want people to get in contact with you, and you want it to be easy. When people have to jump through a lot of hoops, they give up and move on to the next guy. Your About section. In your About section, you should have anywhere from 300 to 500 words. This should be an easy read. People are super lazy. So break it up. Maybe have a few lists in there. Again, you're wanting more keywords. How many keywords can you get in your About section and it makes sense to read? Put some pictures. Add some things in the gallery so that people have a visual of the services that you're offering. Experience and education. So this is, we probably all already have this part. Add in your experience, maybe add in some clients you're really proud of. Ask their permission first. Share the experiences that you've had with people who you want to provide the same experience for.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Next is license and certifications. Again, we all already have this. We have all of our degrees. We have all of our licenses and our certifications, and I took this class. Great, keep that. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure that if you've done some new certification in the last year, add it on there. Even if it seems even if it seems silly to you, it could be the difference between them moving on to somebody who already has that certification. And the reason they chose you is because in the pros and cons list that they made in their head, this other person had an extra point. Next is skills and endorsements. So this is a tricky one. I'm sure a lot of you have had random endorsements by people you just don't know at all. Or maybe people that you do know, but you didn't really do any work with. So this section of LinkedIn is a little bit gray, I'd say. So you definitely should be asking your current clients for endorsements because you do want some of these to be real. But it's also very common for people to endorse you who just want you to endorse them. And this gives your profile a little bit more bonus points, a little bit more kudos. It makes you look active on LinkedIn. And when somebody comes to your profile and asks to be endorsed, take the opportunity to try to get them on a call. Maybe you can make them a client. If you can't make them a client, maybe you can make them a power partner. Every single person that comes to your profile is an opportunity for a sale. Your profile should now be considered a lead magnet and a lead funnel. Every single person who comes to your profile could be a sale. Do not squander them or waste them or discount them at all. Once you have optimized your profile, the right people will be the ones coming to your profile. Next is content. So do not skip out on providing content. Content adds value, it gets your work name out there, and it allows people to get to know you and grow to trust you. And without trust, people will not give you their money. Until somebody knows and trusts you, they will not spend money on you. So that goes into our next section.
Okay, so can we pause here to see if we have any questions so far on it? Because you cover a lot. So do we have any questions? We have the chat over on the side. Okay. So Angie Cochran says, does LinkedIn have more than one level of paid subscription?
Yes. So the most popular level of paid subscription, and the only one that I would recommend really, is the Sales Navigator, because the Sales Navigator is what allows you to do all the things that we talked about before in the first slide. It allows you to use it as almost a CRM and manage the way that you're searching and contacting people. It also gives you a way to cold outreach to people, almost like cold emailing. So if you're going to be sending more than like 200 messages in LinkedIn for outreach, which you'll know within probably the first week or two of doing the steps that we go over today, if that's going to benefit you. I also use LinkedIn as almost a cold outreach, as well as following all of these steps. And it benefits me quite a lot. I've gotten quite a few clients from LinkedIn using the Sales Navigator and reaching out to people en masse, like cold emailing. So I think that the Sales Navigator is really what most people doing B2B sales would be using.
Right. We have a couple questions about the content, but you're going to cover that.
Yes.
In just a minute. So you guys hold on with your questions about content. And then Ryan asks about keywords. Could you go over the 4 categories for keywords in your headline? Because you covered that fast. And when you talked about before, I didn't understand. So you mean put 4 keywords and use that as your headline.
Right.
Just separate it with a dot or whatever.
Right. So what you would do is you would use one keyword answering each question. So let's go back. So going over what do I offer? So you do one keyword for what you offer. So a good example, I offer web design. What have I achieved? I have achieved providing people with leads and providing people with websites that work. So I'm going off of memory here what my headline is. The next one is, what pains do I solve? So I am solving the pain of businesses needing leads and a website. What do my clients want? My clients want to make money. My clients are small business owners, and my clients want more leads. So I'm using key phrases or keywords that answer those questions.
In the headline?
In my headline.
Okay. And then Clint Hardwick says, when you are finding keywords, is it best to use the trial and error method? Yes.
Everything that you use in your profile should be considered trial and error. If you fill out your profile tomorrow or today, you should be constantly examining what could improve. I probably update my profile at this point. I mean, I've been doing LinkedIn marketing for a couple of years, but at this point, I'm still updating my profile and changing things at least once a month.
Oh, wow.
I also have completely changed the offerings on my profile. Like I said, I offer a wide variety of services. And sometimes, the particular times of the year, web design doesn't sell that great. People aren't too busy at Christmas to work on their websites. So what am I offering? lead generation.
A
Everybody
lot of people have seasonal offerings. That's something to consider.
Right.
Yeah,
Everyone still needs leads, especially at Christmas. So I changed my profile up a little bit so that I'm slanting more towards lead generation versus web design. And that benefits me a lot. Nothing on your profile should ever be set in stone. Constantly change and improve it.
And Daryl asks, how do we find the keywords? Again, you already said by purchasing the
Right.
paid
So using that feature in the paid
version
probably won't benefit you until your profile has been optimized and you've already been marketing in the free way, which we'll go over. Because right now, people are probably finding you based on the fact that they want to hire you as an employee of their company, not as a provider for them.
Oh, okay.
So what I would recommend to start for your keywords is consider the services that you're offering. Consider ways that you think your clients might have found you. You can also do a simple Google search of your services and then scroll all the way down to the bottom and see the recommended keywords that Google says others are searching that are common to the keyword you inputted. So you probably know one or two keywords off the top of your head that people might be using. But using that Google search option is a really good way to find out because that's based off of what actions other people are taking.
And on LinkedIn, you could actually go look at some competitors if you find somebody that's fairly well optimized and using it as a tool.
Yes, that's exactly true too.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Lynn.
Okay, good. Well, I think and you guys, we'll have more time for questions, but we'll go move on to the content now. So thanks, Deb.
Yes. So content. So like I said, do not skip the content. Once your profile is filled out, now you want the people who you want to be your clients to come and find you, and they're not going to do that by magic. You're going to have to provide value to them. They need a reason to come and see you. They need a reason to get on the phone with you. They need a reason to stay for more than 2 seconds on your profile. So, what do your clients find valuable? So, you can discover this based on your current clients. You know, what are the services and needs of your current clients? What are things that they're doing in their personal lives? Are they going to sporting events? Are they very family oriented? Do they travel a lot? Are they young and in college? What are the things that are happening in your clients' lives that they find valuable? Not only the things that are valuable related to your industry, but valuable as a whole. What is something that would be interesting to them that they would actually read? What do the clients of your power partners find valuable? So in the next section, we're going to go over power partners a little bit more. But what you're going to find is on LinkedIn, not only do your clients live there, but your power partners live there. Your power partners are people who are not ever going to be your clients. You might not ever get a single dollar from them, but they work with the same people you do. So it's likely that they can refer you business. These are people you want to befriend. And these are people who you want to offer value to. So when you're creating your content, figure out, is this content for my power partners or is this content for my clients? And provide a decent amount of information for each group of people because you're going to be using your LinkedIn account to market to both of these groups. Now, clearly, we're not all made of time. So what can you do to possibly syndicate information from other blogs who are not your competition? Find some blogs that are not in your industry exactly, because what you don't want to happen is you don't want somebody to read your article and then contact the author of your article for the service that you're trying to offer.
Right.
We're not trying to help other people's businesses. We want these clients for ourselves. So find information in complementing industries that you can share. And it's always give credit where credit is due. If you didn't write the article, don't say you did. Put a link to the original article or link to that person's profile if that's where you got it from. And, you know, make sure that, again, you're not giving away sales to other people.
Okay, can I, so Alan, did that answer your question? And Tim?
It did indeed.
Okay, good. Tim, you too? I think Tim was the one, by content, you mean posts and articles, right? Exactly.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
That did answer the question, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Next, we are going to go over your connections. So who is it now that you are going to be connecting with? So right now, your profile is probably full of connections of people you went to college or high school with, or maybe people that you worked at another company with, or maybe people you don't even know but worked at that company too, and so they connected with you. But now your connections are going to be strictly potential clients or current clients and power partners. So who are good power partners for you? Again, power partners are people in other industries, or maybe in the same industry, but they work with a different class of people. Like a good example for me is a good power partner for me is another web developer who takes only projects for $10,000 and higher. Because I do projects for under $10,000 all the time. And they don't. They turn people away. If your project isn't more than $10,000, then they tell you to go someplace else. And being my power partner, that someplace else is me. So find out who are your good power partners. And those are the people that you want to be reaching out to. And make it clear you're offering value. You can send people their way also. You are a complementing industry. What are your target industries? Again, LinkedIn is not going to serve every service you offer, especially if you offer a wide variety of services. Maybe if you only offer 1 or 2 services, then you might be able to offer both of those services. But for the most part, most of us offer several different services. What you want to do is do your split testing, trial and error. Find out what service is working best on LinkedIn and go with it. Target your search for connections only in those industries. What geographical area are you targeting? If you only have license to do business in Oregon, don't connect with people in Florida because they can't help you. Be selective. You cannot service everybody. So decide where you are servicing your customers and stick to that area. If you're like me and you can work nationally, then maybe stick with one area at a time. What this does is this narrows down your search, it saves you a lot of time, and it keeps you organized. So one of the big things that you're going to need to keep in mind while doing your search and while making connections is staying organized. There's nothing worse than contacting somebody for what you think is the first time, and you've already poked them several times, and now they're just annoyed because you're just a big cluster mess and you clearly can't even take care of them in their project. So make sure you're staying organized. Keep things in CSV files, keep lists, keep your customer profiles together. Make sure that you are targeting people in the funnel, because again, your LinkedIn profile is going to be your leads funnel now. Keep people in your funnel active and organized. Next is, what groups will your prospects be in? So Currently, your profile, you're probably a part of a few different groups. Those groups are what are interesting to you, right? Not anymore. Now, your groups need to be where your clients are. What groups are your potential clients in? Those are the groups that you want to be in. Some benefits of being a part of a group are you can message people directly from other group members. You'll see articles that are posted there. You can post articles there. You can comment on articles there. Somebody posts an article and you say, hey, I wrote an article too. Maybe it can help, and you post your link. Hey, I think I can help you solve this problem. Why don't we get on the phone? I'll DM you. There are a whole lot of benefits to being in groups. Aside from the fact that this is now a community, people are a lot more open. They're not so bristly when you're trying to contact them. Why are you contacting me at random? They're in a community. They're in a group where you all belong. Now their guard is down. They're happy to hear from you. Next is, what titles do your clients hold? So we talked about this a little bit before. Who are your clients? Are they CEOs? Are they office managers? Are they business owners? Do you have to talk to the person at the very, very top of the company? Or will it suffice to talk to the person who's just in charge of ordering supplies? Figure out who you need to speak to. This will help you in search terms. This will also help you save time, because if you have to talk to the business owner and it's the office manager who's reaching out to you, that person's not worth your time. It's sad to say, but they don't have decision power. Maybe find out who the business owner is of that company and connect with them. Skip those people altogether.
Some of those people automatically block everybody too. So if you can make a connection past them, you're way ahead of the game.
Yes, absolutely. So next is, what is the annual revenue of your best client? Again, we don't want to waste our time with people who are not going to use our services. If your service costs somebody $5,000 a month, you are not going to get a client out of somebody who makes $20,000 a year. The math just doesn't work there. Skip those people altogether. Do not bother reaching out to them. Don't bother replying if they reach out to you. It sounds harsh, but we're not made of time here. Don't waste your time and don't waste their time.
Makes total sense.
We can pause here if there's any more.
Okay, yeah. Richard had to leave. He said thank you. Are there any
I was going to
questions?
say, alumni groups can be strong, because sometimes that might be the difference between getting a call and not. Somebody says, oh, they went to the same school as I did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or in my case, not. So all the ducks say, no, I can work with him.
That's exactly true. That's also where your power partners probably live as well.
Yeah.
So all of these connection types, you want to ask yourself each question: is this person going to be a good client, or is this person going to be a good power partner? Because it's likely that your power partners will never become your clients. It's very, very rare that your power partners ever are your clients.
And don't push them to become your clients. Make
No,
them
because
ask
then you
a couple
will lose
of
them as
times.
power partners.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, next is making more connections. So here we are assuming that you do not have the pro version of LinkedIn, and you are doing it, I'm going to say, not the hard way, but you are not mass messaging people in a cold email fashion. It is not an automated system. So one of the main things that you are going to be doing is joining and participating in groups. Simply being a part of these groups will not be enough. You will need to post content that is relevant to the group. You will need to comment on others' articles within that group. And you will need to share information with the group, whether it's a full article or maybe just a quick 100-word message. You will need to participate in the groups and become known to the others who are actively participating in that group. Again, we are building trust so that people give us their money. People will not give money to somebody they don't know and trust. Connection search. Using the regular search function of LinkedIn, look through your first level connections. Who of those connections will be good power partners or clients? Who are their second level connections? Who of them might be good power partners or clients? Maybe do a random search. So keep in mind, befriending who you do not know on LinkedIn is limited when you have a free account. So you can't just go down the line and go ding, 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 ding. I know all these people, because what's going to happen is a lot of those people are going to say, I don't know you, and they're not going to friend you. And the more people that say they don't know you, the fewer people you can request a connection from, because LinkedIn is smart.
Right.
So go through people who are, start with your first level connections, then your second level connections, and then go to the random searching. This is only if you have a free version. If you have the pro version, do all the random searching and thinking you want, because you can befriend as many people as you want using the pro version. Next is articles and post comments. So we've talked a lot about this. Post articles on your profile. Post articles in groups. Comment on other people's articles. Hey, this is a great article. Thanks for sharing. I do XYZ. We should connect. Hey, I wrote an ebook I think you would find really valuable. Let's connect. Hey, I think I have a client for you. Let's connect.
Oh, wow.
You will find power partners so easily in groups. Everybody wants more clients. That's why we're all here. That's why we're on this webinar. That's why we're on LinkedIn. The reason we're on LinkedIn is to do business. Everybody on LinkedIn is in the business of doing business.
Well, can I stop you there?
Sure.
Because Angie has a question, and I was wondering the same thing. Can you give us some example of groups that you actually belong to? Because several of us, you could be a good power partner for, and maybe what made you choose those groups, or just a couple examples.
I do a lot of business with people in the health and wellness industry. If you go to my website, you'll see a lot of the things right now. Again, nothing is ever set in stone. We're always doing split testing. Right now, my website has a lot of examples of work that I've done in the health and wellness industry.
Okay.
So I'm actually on a group for nutritionists. I'm in a group for pediatrics. Other than the work I've done, I'm not a pediatrician, but guess who's on the pediatrics group? Other pediatricians. They need leads, they need websites. That's where my clients live. For my power partners, I'm in groups for accountants. I'm in groups for business bankers. I'm in groups for insurance agents. I'm in groups where my power partners live. And I share content and information based off of what those people find valuable. It's not always about my services. Sometimes in the nutritionist group, I'm sharing articles on how they can get leads. I'm sharing articles on the latest food app that I found online.
Wow.
I'm sharing things that they find valuable that they will actually read. Again, we are building trust with these people. We want these people to know and trust us. And we're not going to get that by constantly always asking for the sale, always pushing our product, always pushing, oh, hey, guess what? I'm in this industry. They know.
Right.
Now we need to cater to what they want to hear about, what they want to read about. And in doing that, you get that opportunity to slide in your sales pitch, to let them know, hey, I would like your business.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, so on LinkedIn, it is not super obvious how to get to groups. So I have put together this slide just to kind of point out where you're going to find groups and where you're going to be able to start joining these groups. So if you're logged into LinkedIn, you'll see your navigation up here. You want to click on work, and then right in this sidebar that pops out, you're going to find groups.
Oh, wow.
So clicking on that, that is going to show all of the groups that you're a part of, all of the groups that you've requested to be a part of, and an area where you can search for groups. So most groups won't let you join unless you have some reason to be there. So of course, I'm not going to just randomly get into an accountant's group. I'm not an accountant, and to them, I don't have a reason to be there. So when you're joining groups, make sure that you come up with a reason that you should be there. I want to sell to your members is not a good reason.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that.
I'm looking through your list of spam.
Yeah.
Right. So something that you might say in the message of why you should be joining the group might be, I have a lot of information that is helpful to accountants to help them get new clients. This is a value that you can add to the group that other accountants will find valuable. So construct a good reason in your mind that is not sales, because if it sounds salesy, they will not allow you in the group because they don't want you to spam their group. And don't spam their group when you get there. Add value because they will kick you out very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
For
Well, that's
spamming.
great advice. Yeah.
So connect with groups that you can add value to and have a good reason to be there. Even if you have to construct one that seems really far-fetched. If you want to be in the group, construct a good, valid reason to be there. That is not sales. Lastly, we are going over content that works for you. So again, we are not pushing the sale. Only 1 out of every 3, maybe even 5 articles should be promoting your service. All other articles that you write should be something that is not industry related, that your clients or potential clients or power partners might find valuable. Are they going to actually read it? Or do you feel like you are, sitting in a church sermon and you're really dozing? What is information that your clients and power partners find valuable in their life? Then you get that 1 out of every 3 to 5 articles to really offer your services, offer your free ebooks, offer for them to get in contact with you, offer lunch to your power partners. You have a limited opportunity, so use all your other opportunities to build value and to befriend and to offer them something that they don't already have. So ask yourself, when you're doing your research, what are things that my clients find valuable and what are things that my power partners find valuable? And you can find this out by looking at what groups they're a part of, maybe finding them on Facebook and snooping around a little bit. What are their pages that they're a part of on Facebook? What groups are they in? What pages do they like? Are they a sports fan? Do they have kids? Are they very family oriented? Do they go camping every weekend? What are things that they find valuable that you can write about that they will actually read? Another thing that you should consider is what I'm posting shareable? So the number one way that you can really win at content is posting content that people find not only valuable, but valuable enough to share with their connections. LinkedIn has the same feature just like Facebook to share. And if the content that you are writing is valuable enough for them to share with their connections, then you've won. Because now, not only are you speaking to your connections, you're speaking to all of their connections. You're reaching the masses. Now, don't get discouraged if your content doesn't ever get shared, because it's not very common. But if it does get shared, then you get excited.
Oh, yeah.
So now, if I think we have like 5 minutes left, if you have any questions, if not, then we can kind of quickly go over the workbooks that I'm going to send over, and links to these, Becky, and then you can go ahead and send them.
Right, when I send the replay.
With the replay.
Well, Alan asked 1 out of 3 articles, or 1 out of 5 articles even. He said, does that apply to all social media?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
So no matter where you're sharing your content, you should really try to stick with that ratio, because people get bored and annoyed when the only thing you ever want from them is the sale.
It kind of blows my mind, actually, because I write a lot of articles for I take the lead for our newsletters here in Denver, and I don't believe any of them are kind of self-promoting or anything like that, but they're all around networking. Is there a difference between writing about the topic at hand and promotion, or should I change it up a little bit and write about something completely different?
So that really depends on the audience that you're talking to. So if you're talking to an audience that are already your clients or are already a part of your core group, then the message that you're sending to them, they expect to hear industry isolated content. If you're reaching out to people who are not yet your clients and you're hoping that your content will encourage them to buy, then you should try to stick more to the 1 to 3 ratio. I mean, you can always have it industry leaning, because we don't want to get too random, but it shouldn't be a constant ask for the sale. It shouldn't be a constant reminder that this is the industry that we're in, and the reason you're reading this article is because eventually you're going to be a client. That gets annoying to people, and I think that's when people start unsubscribing from newsletters, or maybe it just ends up in spam because they literally never open the email. But if you're sending emails to people who are already in the industry, then I think they expect it a little bit more, because that's why they're here. They're already your client.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
Good. Any other quick questions before we move on? So, not so far. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Okay. So I'm just going to really quickly, I'm not going to go through every section of this because we've already done it, but I just want to show you what you're going to be getting in the links that Becky's going to send with the replay. So the first one is your workbook for filling out your profile. So what I would recommend is go through this workbook, fill it out first. Do a little bit of research, find out what keywords you're going to want to use to start with. Find out what type of content you're going to do. Can you syndicate content from other people? Find out who your connections are going to be. Just really take, 30 minutes to an hour and just fill this whole thing out, and then take this to your profile and start filling out all the different sections.
Good idea.
And I've also included 2 bonus workbooks.
Okay.
So the first workbook is asking for the sale. So everybody came to this webinar because they want to use LinkedIn to make sales. So this workbook just kind of has some tips and tricks, and I've also even added a sample sales message that you can use to send out to people who you want to be connected with and who you want to add value to. So this should be your high value clients. This should not be somebody who, you know, maybe is like a 4th level connection and you think maybe they might not dismiss your message when you send it to them. This should be people who are going to be good clients, who are going to pay you money, and it's going to be worth your time and effort. Again, we're not wasting time here. We want to speak to people who are valuable, who add value to our time, and who we can add value to them and our services.
Wow. Oh, this is awesome.
And lastly, this additional workbook is going to be something that you can use to encourage people to do business with you. So people want to know that you can do what you're claiming. If you are an insurance agent and you can actually get somebody a lower rate, they want to know, what do you have an example of somebody you got a lower rate for? You know, a good thing for me, I do a lot of lead generation. So do you have an example of somebody who you got a lot of leads for? I get that a lot. So what I've done is I've built some case studies and I've used this outline for every single one of them. Where was the prospect prior to working with them? What did you do? Say how, not what.
Okay.
Or don't say how, just say what. You
Okay.
don't want them to just go out and do it for themselves. You just want them to know what you did. Mm-hmm. And what was the result. So this is going to be a very good example. Even if it's not the common example, if it's a possibility and it's really good and it's with a really good client, then put it and use this workbook. Create a nice PDF with your branding and presentation. Take time to do this, because the additional clients that you can potentially get with a case study is invaluable. I actually had a coaching student who didn't have any case studies, and then they just put together 2 case studies. It took them days. They really went the whole 9 yards. And as soon as they got their case studies together and started using that as social proof when outreaching, they started getting, 20% more people at least trying their services. Even if they ended up not being a good fit after, their trial, they still got a lot more people trying, and that means they got a lot more people closed in their sales. So take time to do these and do at least 3 of them. That's why I put 3 workbooks here. Do 3 case studies, take time, make them beautiful, put your branding on them, and let people know what you can do for them.
And send this to people if they ask for it, or post it on your LinkedIn?
Both.
Oh, okay.
If you want to, if you're posting it on your LinkedIn, make sure you get permission from the people that you're naming.
Oh, sure.
Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want people to be like, what? I didn't know about that. So make sure you get permission from your clients to use them in the case study. If they say no, that's okay. If you're in an industry where it's not legal or ethical to name people, that's okay too. You can say client Y or make up a name and then put a little disclaimer that names have been changed due to legal reasons.
Right.
It doesn't have to be, these are not references. Nobody's going to call these people up and be like, hey, did so-and-so do such and such? But you're just showing examples, and just your examples. Don't make this stuff up, people.
Right.
Truthful and honest. Put true examples of things that you have done for other people that you can help your potential new clients do. This will make a huge difference.
Wow. Oh, that's great. That's terrific. And Tim said, Deb, very informative, well-organized presentation. Tim Hare. So
Thank
thank you. Well, we are at the end. And so I am going to share your information when I send out the replay, along with everything that the PDFs that you're providing. And that way people can reach out to you to get their questions answered if they were afraid to ask.
Sure.
If that's okay. Oh, and Angela, who's also in the industry, she doesn't do web, but she does digital marketing stuff. So she said, excellent webinar, thanks. Kate Widow said, thanks, Deb, and everyone for all the great tips. So thanks everybody for being here. Thanks so much, Deb. We really
Great webinar, Deb. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well done.
Yeah, it was excellent. So I'm going to look, I'm going to find your names and find you on LinkedIn and see if you're changing your info. Not really, but I'll end it. So thanks everybody. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.